can be a top girl if she pleases the tired businessman. Hooray for Hollywood!
Hello, Hollywood, and welcome to this morning's Walk of Fame ceremony. A special shout out to our fans who are watching the live video stream courtesy of our media partner, Variety. I'm Laron Gubler, President and CEO of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, which is presenting this program. Today, actor Jason Bateman will receive the 2,616th star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. All right, do we have any Jason Bateman fans here? All right. Now, I know you know everything about him, but let me, for the sake of those watching on video, let me tell you a little bit about his career. Jason Bateman, a native of Rye, New York, has attained leading man status in Hollywood in front of and behind the camera. This actor, producer, and director has evolved from the small screen to securing major film roles one after another. In his adolescent and teen years, Jason's portrayal of charming schemer Derek Taylor in Silver Spoons, that portrayal prompted NBC to create the spin-off It's Your Move starring Jason. He then starred with Valerie Harper in the television series Valerie, retitled Valerie's Family, and then The Hogan Family from 1986 through 1991. Prior to that, he was a regular on the iconic television series that became an American treasure, Little House on the Prairie with Michael Landon. Jason gained critical acclaim for his irreverent portrayal of Michael Bluth in the award-winning comedy series Arrested Development. Jason's lead role earned him a Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Comedy Series. And in 2013, Netflix premiered a 14-episode Return of the Cult Favorite for which Jason reprised his role, earning him Best Actor nominations for the Emmy, SAG, and Golden Globe Awards. How about that? Now, Jason can be seen next starring in Ozark, and that's a Netflix drama series produced by MRC and Jason's own production banner, Aggregate Films. He also served as executive producer and director on the series, which was released by Netflix on July 21st, just last week. How many have seen it? All right. In December of 2016, Jason starred in Office Christmas Party. And that was a holiday comedy from DreamWorks Pictures. And also in 2016, Jason lent his voice to Disney's Oscar and Golden Globe winning animated feature, Zootopia. For those of you who want to know, he portrayed Nick Wilde, a Red Fox con artist. The film opened to critical acclaim and worldwide record-breaking box office success, becoming the 28th highest gross box office of all time, over $1 billion. That's impressive. In March of 2014, Jason made his directorial debut with the dark comedy Bad Words, in which he also starred. And just last year, he directed the indie drama The Family Thing, in which he also starred. Now, some of his other films, and cheer for your favorites, they include Paul, The Change Up, Identity Thief, The Gift, This Is Where I Leave You, Couples Retreat, The Switch, The Sweetest Thing, The Breakup, Dodgeball, A True Underdog Story, as well as the box office hits Horrible Bosses 1 and 2 opposite Jennifer Aniston. Now, Jason supports the following charities: Everytown, which promotes gun safety, and cheer for that, and PS Arts, which provides arts education to underserved public schools. And on that note, please help me welcome to the stage our honoree, Jason Bateman. Now, you're going to hear from Jason, but we have a couple of special speakers who've asked to say a few words about him. Our first speaker is America's sweetheart. Her television career started after being cast as a series regular on Malloy and The Edge. She was then cast in perhaps her most well-known award-winning role as Rachel Green in the classic television comedy Friends. Now, during her hiatus from Friends, she pursued a budding film career, and she had roles in Then There Was You, Picture Perfect, Dreams for an Insomniac, She's the One, The Object of My Affection, Bruce Almighty, Marley and Me, He's Just Not That Into You, Horrible Bosses 1 and 2, and many others. Please welcome Walk of Famer Jennifer Aniston.
This is so exciting. Yes, you do. Wow. You just kind of negated a lot of what I was about to say. I'm so excited to be here. First of all, I love this human very much, so much that I'm standing on this boulevard public speaking, which is a big phobia of mine, which is mine too. Odd, right? All of ours. Considering what we do, that's a strange thing. But anyway, Jason and I have known each other since I was a child. Well, technically, I've known him since he was a child because he was on my television all the time when I was growing up. So he didn't really know me until I was 25, I think. But before that, I just got to show you guys some cute things. I mean, you remember this little guy? This little guy? Right? And then wait. Then there was this cutie. Come on. This guy. Wow. And then wait. Gets better. And then wait, I had that one. Oh, and then this little Muppet. I mean, who doesn't love, honestly? I mean, once you've made it on the cover of Muppet magazine, I mean, haven't you done it all?
Who needs a star?
Huh? Who needs a star? Anyway, one thing has proven itself to be true, and that is that having longevity in this business is not easy, especially starting out as a child actor. Usually that's a story that doesn't always end well. And when I actually met Jason, it was kind of looking like it could go either way, you know? He was working on this show with my best friend Drea, and it was called Simon. You can Google that one because I don't think he mentioned that. Yeah. And she just wouldn't stop talking about Jason. And I was like, oh yeah, I know that guy. Wasn't that the bully on Silver Spoons? Or the guy from Teen Wolf, the second one, not the Michael J. Fox one. What? Also not mentioned. See that? And then hey, shut up!
Hey, there we go.
What'd he say?
Teen Wolf 2.
Teen Wolf 2, baby! And then I was like, oh yeah, and that kid from Little House on the Prairie. Weren't you blind in that? Didn't you go blind or something?
That was the older brother and sister.
Oh, the older brother and sister. Okay. Anyway, so the next thing I know, Dre invites him on our ski trip. Now, that's when I realized, don't let this innocent face fool you. So...
Oh, no. Wait, let me look through this.
No. Shush. So, sorry. Okay, here's my first impression of Jason Bateman. Picture this. Okay, it's New Year's Eve. It's just after midnight. There is a blizzard outside. and I hear someone yell, "Help! Someone help! Jason, car could die." We all are just like, what? So we run outside to help him, and what we see is we have 2 feet of snow. Jason is in a truck, fishtailing the wrong way down a one-way street, hanging with the door wide open, hanging halfway out of the car, and his foot was out, like trying to stop the car, kind of like Fred Flintstone style or something. We're actually still not sure what you were doing, and I think it's still unclear. A little foggy, right? You don't remember? Okay. Anyway, but thankfully he outgrew those days of being overserved and terrifying people. And then enter Amanda Anka. Who I believe was a very big part of this man's evolution and gave him the incentive to stop driving the wrong way down icy streets, both literally and figuratively. And Jason, he's had 9 lives, spanning from childhood actor to today, defying all odds with a thriving film and TV career as an actor, producer, and director, triple threat. He is a fully realized storyteller with staying power. I'm honestly shocked it's taken this long for you to get a slab of marble on this pavement. Anyway, one of the... Well, hold on, I lost my place. There I am. And I have been lucky enough to work with him many, 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 many times. He's a fantastic partner in crime, the most generous straight man who makes the world laugh and then can make you cry on a dime. And and he is a vicious negotiator. A vicious. I have been in the room and I've witnessed this. Do not poke that bear. And if you are lucky enough to have seen The Gift, you can also know that he will scare the crap out of you. Again, don't let that innocent face fool you. But the part that I'm really the luckiest that I get to witness as his friend is Jason Bateman, the husband, the fantastic father, the dear friend, and as we lovingly call him, Grandpa. He always manages to come to our house, find the clicker, plop himself on the couch, and get his beloved Dodgers up on that TV screen as fast as humanly possible. I mean, it's like, is he young? Is he old? He looks 12. He acts 100. His head, a head of hair that even women envy. But, you know, he works hard. He's tired. But even in his most restful state, he is one of the loveliest men to be around. He always gives you deep connection, full attention, authenticity, and some of the deepest belly laughs that I can remember. And this will probably be the one and only time that you're going to let people walk all over you. We are so very proud of you, and I'm so honored to be here on this day with you. We love you. I have to take my props away now. You want to keep those? I'm going to give those to your children.
It's just what they need. Johnny Grant, we remember.
There's a little picture of Johnny Grant up here that only we can see. It's a really cool thing.
Now we have that photo to remind us of our legacy with Johnny. He served for 30 years as the chair of the Walk of Fame. He would have been delighted to be here, Jason. Well, our next speaker was most recently seen in the Lego Batman movie. He is the executive producer on the new TV series The Gong Show. He served as co-creator, co-writer, executive producer, and star of his Netflix comedy series Flaked. And that series premiered in 2016 and was renewed for a second season. He is best known for his work on the Emmy Award-winning sitcom Arrested Development, where he portrayed Joe Bluth for 3 seasons and earned his first Emmy nomination. Among his films are Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, When in Rome, G-Force, Blades of Glory, Monster-in-Law, and many more. His voice has been heard in Monsters vs. Aliens, Horton Hears a Who, and Ice Age 2: The Meltdown. Please welcome Will Arnett to the stage.
Wow.
No notes.
Well, no notes. Thank you, Jen. I got about a minute. Jeez Louise.
We do have a hard out in 3
We
minutes.
do, right?
Yeah, and mine runs about 4.
Yeah.
So
We're lucky to get Jason out of the house, by the way. This is a true story. If we're after 4 o'clock, he's in his pajamas and slippers. That's also a true story. Boy, I'm happy to be here today. Out here on Hollywood Boulevard is something I never thought I'd say. Imagine that we are living in a world where a corrupt real estate magnate can get away with treason while his idiotic children run his empire like puppets. Doesn't that sound crazy? For all the people out there who've drawn parallels between that gang of clowns over in the White House and the Bluth family over on Arrested Development, think on this. If Job, as some people have suggested, if Job is Don Jr., then Buster is Eric, and that makes Michael Ivanka. Which makes sense to me.
And you're Jared.
You know, and Amanda is Jared, but that makes sense. You're both very goal-oriented, and I also think that you're hotter. I think you're hotter than Ivanka, and I'm not embarrassed to say that. You know, I remember the first time I watched Family Ties as a kid, and I saw Justine Bateman, and I thought, boy, wonder if she's got a brother. You know?
Yeah.
Actually, the truth is, this is a true story. First time I met Jason was over 20 years ago, and he was doing a guest spot on a show called Ned and Stacy. You remember that?
That's great.
Yeah, and let's hear it, right? Like you remember. And so I had a friend on the show, and we went to a taping, and I saw Jason. He was terrific on the show. We went for a couple drinks afterwards, and I remember we made a real, you got that? Thank you. I won't bend down. We made a real connection that night, he and I. We had a couple cocktails, and then a couple more. And then all of a sudden, Jason just popped in his car, real fancy car, and he blasted out of there all gassed up. And I thought, boy, this guy's a real loose cannon. And I admire that. We met again years later on Arrested Development doing the pilot, and I was like, dude, it's me, remember? The guy that you got drunk with in the bar? And I guess I should have been more specific. Apparently it was a theme. You know, this is exciting to be here. Today's a really big day for Jason. Bigger than the day that Deadline Hollywood got their own app. That was a really big day for Jason. He loves his Hollywood news. But today is the culmination of a lifetime of work, represented by a piece of stone. Today's retirement, you're retiring, right? Is that what it is? I don't know what it is really. Whatever it is today, Jason is very deserving of being here. He's such a talent. And I can honestly say, and this is not a bit, that he has taught me a lot. But when I think back today, on our first encounter all those years ago, the first thing that really struck me about Jason when I got to know him was how funny he was. Always. I've been blessed to know a lot of funny people in my life, and Jason is right near the top of that list. Truly, nobody makes me laugh harder, deeper, in a more profound way than this man right here. You know, Jason and I did get in one fight. I'm not really sure what it was about, just that I was right. But I do remember that we stormed away from each other all angry, got into our cars and drove away, actually. We didn't talk for a couple days, and we were both kind of grumpy, see each other at work, and it was really awkward. Then we worked it out. We just talked about it, and we hugged like brothers, because that's what brothers do. I was always also really struck by how much Jason appreciates family. You know, he drove me to LAX once after we'd done a table read for an animated show that we did, and I told him I had something to tell him, so he drove me to the airport. And if you live here in Los Angeles, you know that that's a big deal. And I told him on that trip to the airport that I was about to have my first son. He was the first friend that I told, and it was a really special moment. And Jason couldn't have been happier for me. And that to Jason is the real sign of success, family. Jason is blessed with a beautiful family. Amanda, Maple, Franny, Aline Kishishian, Lighthouse Entertainment, Tom Holberman from Holberman, Hanson, Jacobson, Teller, Hoberman, Newman, Warren, Richmond, Rush and Color, LLP, Rick Hertzman, and Richard Lovett, the whole gang on Team Bateman over at CAA. That's his family. There's nobody that I know that deserves this star more than Jason, other than me. And today I am very, very happy for my brother.
Thank you, Will. Let me introduce a few people who need to be acknowledged. We have the chairman of the board of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Jeff Zaranam, owner of the Hollywood Distillery and the Hollywood Hotel. We also, I see in the back, we have LAPD Captain Corey Polka. Thank you so much. And let me also acknowledge we have Ted Sarandos from Netflix. Hollywood loves Netflix, especially when they moved here in January. We also have actor Justin Theroux. And from Arrested Development, we have actor Jeffrey Tambor and Jessica Walter. From the cast of Ozark, we have Jason Butler Harner, Julia Garner, Sophia Hublitz, and Chris Mundy. Thank you all for joining us today. Well, today we are delighted to have with us one of the two state senators who represents portions of Hollywood. In fact, he's the one who represents the Walk of Fame in California. And this is his first time to come to Walk of Fame ceremony. Please welcome the Honorable Ben Allen.
Well, it's such an honor to be here, be part of this time-honored tradition. I feel right at home here for a couple reasons. First of all, I'm from around here. I represent this district, but also, you know, Sacramento, Washington, what do they say? It's basically Hollywood for ugly people. So it feels very comfortable to be here. I want to do something that folks haven't done yet, and that is just acknowledge the incredibly hard work of the folks from the Hollywood Chamber who work every single day to make this Walk of Fame successful. LaRon, Jeff, Nicole, there's a whole team of folks who work just up the street who really spend a lot of time making this a wonderful experience for tourists, for visitors, for folks from all over the world to come here and experience a little bit of the magic that is Hollywood. Now, we're, of course, here honoring Jason, who's such a wonderful actor, such an extraordinary talent. And I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge him, acknowledge his colleagues, acknowledge his contribution to this mosaic of creativity that makes Los Angeles and California such a special place. And with that, we honor him today with a special certificate of recognition from the California State Legislature. Thank you so much, Jason, for everything you've done for our community.
Thank you, Senator Allen. Let me also acknowledge Anna Martinez from our staff, our Walk of Fame producer. She has produced over 700 Walk of Fame ceremonies. How about that? So you received the certificate from the state. Let me also say that the city of Los Angeles has a certificate for you. The Chamber administers the walk on behalf of the city. And so it's my privilege to present you this beautiful resolution suitable for framing from the city of Los Angeles. And Jason, it's time to hear from you. But let me just say one final thing to say in advance of your speaking is that we are happy to declare this Jason Bateman Day in Hollywood.
That's pretty great. I mean, that might be better than a star. I'm not sure how to quantify that, right? Jason Bateman Day. How do I... Is that more important than my birthday when it comes around? What do I get to get away with? But it's just this year, though. It's just this year, I think. So I got to milk today. All right, I'm going to make this quick because I know we're over and everybody's hot and wants to go eat. Truly, I mean, I want to thank Will. I want to thank Jen. Obviously, the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. Guys, I know that anytime you're asked to give a speech or make a toast or do like a video movie for somebody, you know, to say happy birthday or whatever, it's a chore. It's a big favor. So thank you for saying yes to this. Your words really did mean a lot. So thank you for that. So I've been an annoying little baby all week with my wife. Each time she's asked me how I was feeling about today. It's hard for me because I really don't know how I feel about it, because it's a little overwhelming in that the first time that I ever walked on any of these stars was as a little kid. I was skateboarding to an audition. I was about 10 or 11. Well, this is my ride, so I got to hurry up. I'm gonna fax everybody this, and I'm gonna go. Just pull around over to the. That's nice. They killed it. Okay, so where was I? Okay, so I was about 10 or 11. We were living out in Woodland Hills, out there in the West Valley. Both my parents. Yep. Both my parents were working, and I had an audition for a cereal commercial or something super tasteful that I really wanted to get. So my only way to make it to this audition, it was after school, was to get on a bus, just like that, RTD right there, and ride along Ventura Boulevard. And now, mind you, this is Woodland Hills, so this is a good stretch out there. So all the way along Ventura Boulevard, stopped at every light. I don't think we had the one that goes on the freeway back then. It turns into Cahuenga, turns into Highland, comes down over the hill, and lands on Hollywood Boulevard. And I got off. I remember I'm 10 or 11. Things were safer back then. My parents weren't that bad. So I get off the bus. I've got my skateboard. I've got my headshot in a manila envelope so that I don't get my sweaty after-school dirty fingers on it. And I start kicking around on my skateboard right down here. And I cruise a few blocks till I get to some building over on Vine or something where the audition is. But I'm rolling over these stars on the sidewalk. It's my first time. And I was thinking, these are adults. I obviously recognize a lot of the names, and they were adults who had done something that was just so far out of my idea of possibility. They were established. They had lasted in an industry that seemed so foreign and distant and elusive, and I just simply couldn't imagine myself ever doing enough commercials or lasting and long enough to be anywhere near who they were, what they had done. I mean, there was a permanence to it, you know, an indicator of having spent so much time in something that was just too far out there in the ether for me. And of course, 38 years went by like that, and I'm still the anxious little kid with a headshot and a skateboard. But you know, now I'm the father of a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I have a wife that I love with everything that I've got. But what I was thinking about these people was kind of silly. Not because this is a common honor or they hadn't done something special, but because they were, of course, just people. And like you and me, they had been fortunate to not only put in a lot of years in their trade, but they had been recognized for some good work in it. And certainly other businesses have other milestone recognitions. But this obviously, you know, this is not meant to belittle this one. It's merely meant to let you know why I'm a little uncomfortable with the grandness of this day is because my overwhelming thought is a small one about today. It's a simple one. I just simply feel very, very grateful and fortunate to have had a chance to hold my job in a business that's not known for its longevity, and for being able to work with enough good people to not only learn an enormous amount, but to find in them some friends that have changed the way I see the world and the way that I want to live in it. It's not different than what anyone else wants in their career or life. It's an opportunity to do something that they love and respect with the people that they respect. So don't get me wrong, getting a piece of sidewalk is stunning. I'm knocked out, that I have a star on the Walk of Fame. It's a mind blower. But I guess I just want to share with you, and now finally my wife, that this incredibly big moment has fortunately made me think of something that is actually really small and simple and common. And I feel very, very lucky to have landed on that. My friends and my family, my coworkers have helped me stay in a lane that allows me for that kind of perspective, where I can enjoy and absorb, the pageantry of today, but still, hear that small core that's been under it all, the little dude on the skateboard. So a lot of those people are here today. I thank you for giving me that. You've not only made the day possible, but really enjoyable. So thank you, and thank you all for coming out, and I think that's that.
Let's unveil the star. And would all of our speakers please join us for the unveiling?
What if it's misspelled? I know.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we proudly welcome to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Jason Bateman.
Go right.
Time in the center. Right here, guys, on the right. Jason, everybody in the corner. Right here. Just the three of you. Here in the center. Right here. Thanks, you guys. Jennifer. Oh, great. Two shots. Two shots.
Make sure to touch it.
Yeah, you can.
Hold that front.
Straight ahead for it, Jason.
Jason, when you get a chance, sir, right here, please.
Jason.
I'm sorry, she really likes to be about. Whatever you want. I can do whatever you say.
Honorable.
Everybody in the corner right over here.
Let me get these guys get a shot.
Straight ahead, Jason.
Hey guys, can we get you right here, please?
All right, thanks, you guys.
Can I get the crews who are interviewing, please? Down.
Jason! Jason!
Jason, together with your
Jason
wife.
with your wife!
Jason with your wife.
Jason, two-shot with your wife!
Guys, are you ready? Guys, are you ready? Jason, give her a kiss again.
Sorry, man. I guess we'll go like
Okay, folks, straight ahead. Today, Will, can we see your eyes?
I know.
Having worked for 7 years as Green Lantern.
Will, pick up the shade.
Go, go, go.
everybody look right here for me. All right, all right.
Hey guys, right here on the right.
Remember the time you guys out by
Yeah,
that was the one. Let's not start it up again. Come on, guys.
Hey, everybody right over Will. Will. And one more time, everyone right here.
And then right here, please, if everybody. And then one straight here.
And on your right, guys, on your right.